Tim Blankenship here with Divorce661.com, and in this video we're talking about and answering the question, can parents agree to waive California child support? And you can go to my blog at Divorce661.com. I just posted this same article if you prefer to read this, but I want to go over this with you. So I wanted to title this article, How Parties Can Agree to Waive Child Support, or How to Avoid Paying Child Support in California, but I didn't want to send the wrong message. So this video is not how to avoid paying child support or get out of paying child support. We're talking about how do we get our clients with amicable divorce cases in California to not have a child support order that says they have to pay any amount of monies. Doesn't mean they're not going to take care of their kids. It just means they don't want an official court order. And there's a lot of discussion on this. And if you're on the internet and you're searching, can parents agree to waive child support? You'll see that the answer is absolutely not, that you cannot waive child support. And I want to go over a couple of terms and go over how are we able to then get our clients on their divorce decree no child support when the Disomaster child support calculation says there should be some amount of child support. So I want to go over some of this with you. And the first thing and the first topic is that we are not waiving child support. We're not saying we're going to waive it, that it's ordered, but yet we don't want any. And that's a play on words there. So we're not waiving child support. I also talked about in the article I wrote that child support being waived is referring to when it's ordered by a judge in some type of proceeding, and that there is some issue on the issue of child support, meaning one party is either requesting it or the other spouse doesn't want to pay it and wants to waive it. When you have an amicable divorce, you're not going to a hearing, you're not going to court, so there is no proceeding, there is no issue on child support if you guys agree that you don't want to have child support. So we discussed the fact that we're not waiving it, there's no issue on it, there's no proceeding because you're not going to court, and you're also not waiving your responsibility to pay child support. Just because we have a child support order that says zero, when the calculation says it should say $500, for instance, doesn't mean you're not going to pay it. Doesn't mean you and your spouse are not going to take responsibility financially for your children. It just is saying we don't want to have an official court order for child support as part of our divorce decree. So people have questioned me, Tim, how are you getting people child support orders when it's mandatory in the state of California? And it's correct. It is mandatory. It can't be waived, all these things we just talked about. But if you want a court order, it is part of your divorce that says there is no child support ordered by the court, then all we have to establish is that the needs of the children will be adequately met. That's all we're saying. And that's all the court, when it boils down to it, that's all the court wants to make sure of, is that the needs of the children will be adequately met. And there is language we can include into your settlement agreement, your amicable divorce case, that bypasses court, bypasses the judge, bypasses hearings, and we simply say, child support calculated guideline is $500. The parties agree that child support should be reduced to zero and that the needs of the children will be adequately met. If you have an amicable divorce case in California and the court is trying to impose on you things you don't want to do, give us a call because we can help you with your divorce case. We handle all the courts in California and we'd be happy to handle your amicable divorce.